I've asked that, what is it that caused this? As I told you earlier, the 100% purification is required. How do you purify yourself? It's not purifying myself in front of others. It's not that you get convinced that I purified or I am right. It's convinced, I'm standing in front of the divine inside me. He is always there witnessing me. The witnessing element principle or the inner conscience, which is the iceberg, tip of the iceberg, and the entire thing is hidden underneath. So that divine element, the witnessing principle, if you are standing in front of that and doing everything pure, clean, neat, what is righteous in front of him, that is to think, speak and do what is the most righteous, which is coming from the inner conscience, not from the mind. The mind is for the ego, it could be selfish, but the inner conscience is always not biased. It will be, for you, the universal thing. It will always tell you what is right. If you try to do something wrong, it will always give you a prick. No, you are not doing the right. So you have to listen to that and follow that. That is how you purify, you get purified. And whatever we have inside us as impurities is actually the vasanas coming from our previous births. So it varies from person to person. It's not that every person has 10 vasanas and these are the 10 vasanas, or these are 50 vasanas out of which you will have 5 each, maybe different. It's not like that. It all depends on your previous life births, whatever you've been doing, the karmas you've been doing. Depending on that, you will have your vasanas. And these vasanas, which are not the righteous ones, you have to overcome them, which you have to identify. You have to put in efforts to make them the righteous ones, effortfully, and this process would purify you. There will be a day when you see that every thought that arises from you, every word that you speak, and every action that comes out of you are now from the inner conscience. There is no conflicting voice from the mind. So you reach that purity, and purification itself is not enough. Once you are purified, what happens is the circumstances will come where, because you have purified, you will not be able to do anything wrong. Automatically what happens is the circumstances which are very casual for others, for you it will be very tough. For others it will be very simple, because they are not thinking in those lines. For them it's easy to do the wrong and get away with it. But for such a person, it will be very tough. It's like if the purification process is like walking on a tightrope between two high-rise razor edge between the two high-rise buildings. It will be very tough, because you will have to be righteous then, when probably you are strangulated to death. By being righteous, you could just get destroyed in that. Then if you still hold on to that what is righteous, when you are yourself being destroyed, what else is it but the love for the divine, which is unconditional? It is then that the divine appears, or it's words. These are words. In Bhagavad Gita, they say whenever the unrighteousness increases and the righteousness is getting destroyed, I come every time. This is the actual meaning of that. He comes there when one is really righteous to save the pious one, because he is getting destroyed and he's ready to get destroyed. He's destroyed and he comes there. Now when the ego dies, the divine comes there. These are words. Can be explained like this only.